How to make an event promo video. Promoting your upcoming event is actually easier than you may think. In this video, I will show you the formula and the elements that you need to create a kick-ass promo for your business. I love creating promos. So in this video, I'm going to go over how you actually put your story together, whether you're building the promo from a script or you're putting it together based on some footage that you've already shot, maybe from a previous event. You can actually use this video to not only understand how to create promos for your event, but how to create other types of promos for your business as well. You're going to start out by writing your script. Now, you can either pre-plan out your shoot and write out your script exactly what you want to say. Maybe you have a talent that you're going to be using that's going to be on camera and you're going to write their, voiceover, or if they're going to be on camera the whole time, then you're going to write all of that out. The second option is actually to take some footage that you already shot, like I said, maybe of the past event, and you're just going to use that as hype footage, and then maybe take some sound bites and build your promo around that footage that you already have. Now, of course, I always prefer to do it the first way, maybe have a plan as you go into it, but that's not always the case. So you want to know how to do it both ways. When it comes to the first option, the first thing you want to think about is how long do you want your promo to be? Maybe it has to be a certain amount of time, like 30 seconds or 15 seconds, because it's an actual ad, for television or even a Facebook ad, and you're saying I'm doing a 30-second ad. But maybe it's just something that you're like, I want to create something that's about 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes or 30 seconds, and it really doesn't matter. So that's kind of the first thing that you want to keep in mind as you're creating your script. I want to show you here a script that I actually wrote a few years ago when I was doing promos for a television station. And what you can see is I've put things into two different columns. So I have my audio on the right side and I have my video on the left side. So this is everything that was going to be said, whether it was voiceover or I was going to be recording the person on camera. And then over here, this is what I wanted to visually see and have an idea whether I needed to shoot it or I already knew that I had that footage. You can also see I did a 30-second version, a 15-second version, and a 10-second version. So I knew exactly how much time I had to create these promos. This is just one example of how you can create a script. I like this look because it's very visual. So when I get into the edit, or if I was passing this off to an editor, they can see exactly what I wanted to have on screen visually and audio-wise. Now, when you're creating a promo, there's a few different elements that you want to think about. So you're going to have your A track, which would be what I'm shooting now. It's just me on camera talking. And then you're going to have your B-roll, and that's going to be your really visual stuff. So if you're doing an event, it's going to be, maybe the person on stage or the audience, or people doing something that's like hyping up and they're all jumping around and excited, or everybody in the room is dancing or something like that. That's going to be your B-roll. You might also have sound bites. So it's going to cut to, someone saying something really, really powerful. Another element that you can add is text graphics, like really big, bold, like hyped up text graphics. I'm actually not a fan of using a lot of transitions, but in an event promo where a lot of times people's events are about like high energy and excitement, more transitions can actually be really useful here. I generally don't edit like that. I'm not a big fan of, doing weird movements and stuff like that. But when I create an event promo, a lot of times I will be more likely to use a lot of fun, high energy transitions. The last element, and probably one of the most important elements, is your music track. When I'm creating an event promo, a lot of times I will pick the music first and then build the edit around that music, because that's really what's going to evoke the most emotion when you're watching it. It's crazy how different a promo can be depending on the music. So what I actually like to do is I'll download like 6 or 7 songs that I'm like kind of feeling that I think that might be the right way to go. And then I'll lay them all kind of underneath maybe my main track or my main voiceover, and I'll play through them and I'll start adding B-roll. And then, just think about, how does this song make me actually feel? Is this the right feeling? And then I'll pick one from there. If you're doing the second option, you're gonna kind of go through this same exact process. You just won't have a pre-made script. You're gonna go through your elements. So again, I like to start with maybe laying out my sound bites and my voiceover. So I have like the general idea of what's going to be said in the promo. Then I'll lay down my music tracks, figure out which music I want. And then from there, I'll go in and start adding B-roll. And I like to cut the B-roll to the music, listening to the beat, and really watch through and think about like, how does this make me feel? I think editing, it is technical, but it's so much more than that. It's so much more about just creating a feeling and a mood and using your intuition as you're editing to be like, no, that doesn't work, or yes, that does work. And so you really want to think about, what is this making me feel? And is it making me feel the right kind of emotion that if I was watching this, I would want to be at this event? One of the last things I like to add is the transitions and the text graphics. Once I have everything kind of laid out, then I can go back through and say, where do I need some high energy, exciting transitions or high energy, exciting text graphics, and I'll add those in last. I generally like to complete my promo with some sort of end graphic that's going to tell you, where the event is, when it is, and I like to hold on that for, at least 5 to 7 seconds so that people can really read everything that's on there, and kind of that's your call to action. That's how people are going to know what to do next after they just watch this amazing promo you just made. Most of all, creating promos should be really fun. I've been doing promos and commercials and marketing for years, and what's really fun for me is actually watching how you can take either an idea in your head, or you can take this random pile of footage that you're not really sure what you're going to do with and turn it into this really great story that makes you feel something. I like to joke that I have this little tiny editor inside of my brain, that it's not me, that when I turn on that computer and I start going, that, she's the one that's just controlling everything. And then I get to the end and I'm like, wow, like that's really cool. I created that. I made that. And I think that's one of the best feelings. My business partner and I created this channel so that we could help people learn how to create video content, learn how to edit better, how to create promos, how to do video marketing. And so make sure that you subscribe, because we put content out like this every single day. And if you're looking to actually start a YouTube channel, we have a free course for you in the description box below. So make sure you click on that and get started with that free course. It's the top 10 things that you need to know before you start a YouTube channel. We're your video allies. You've got this, we've got your back, and we can't wait to see what kind of content you create.